Right guys, today we've got another Battlefield 4 weapon review. This time we're doing the PKP Pecheneg. I don't know if I said that right. But anyway, this is the hard hitter of the machine guns out of... well, there's three hard hitting machine guns. This, the M60 and the M240 But anyway, in reality this is the most modern PK series machine gun. Firing the 7.62 by 54mm round, originally introduced in 1891, not the machine gun, the round. The machine gun was originally introduced I think in 2000, much like the PP 2000. The Russians sort of had an overhaul of their weaponry in that era. But anyway, the bulk standard LMG in reality weighs 8.7 kilos, and of those of you that want it in non-Church of England, that's 19 pounds. That's heavy. But anyway, this is most recently used by the Spetsnaz in Crimea, who, although no shots were fired by it, it was just there. It's a shock value gun, because this thing is what they use when they're trying to put down a more blanket of fire, because it fires a much heavier round. It will penetrate through a lot more objects. But anyway, onto the Battlefield 4 stats. 600 rounds per minute rate of fire, not great, but with this gun, that's not a bad thing. It's quite controllable, which means that when you're hitting targets at range, you can tap fire this thing, and it will kill them, because it's got 34 damage maximum out to 8 meters, which means you can kill someone in 3 shots if you really want to. But then the damage drop off starts at 8 meters, ends at 75 meters at 25 damage, so still at any range. This gun is 4-shot kill. That's a massive force multiplier for your squad. The 5.5 second reload on it, however, that is its downside. That's a very long reload, although granted, when you're reloading this weapon it sounds phenomenally thematic, as in like you can hear the metal scraping, because this thing has a metal box for the rounds that are in, unlike most guns now that are coming with plastics and polymer cases. This thing is all metal. It's an incredibly thematic sounding reload. It's incredibly nice. But anyway, on to some more stats, shall we? 0.4 left and right recoil. Equal means it's going to bounce around a hell of a lot on automatic fire. That's why I've got the compensator on the nose of it, just to stop that a bit. Although, like, the grip I've got on is the potato grip, which doesn't really do that, but more onto that towards the end. 0.55 vertical recoil, which isn't a great deal of vertical recoil unless you're using a scope, which then it becomes quite bad. The 0.65 first shot multiplier, which means that it actually does less recoil first shot, so when you tap fire this thing you can get pretty good accurate bursts. And here's my rubber banding, purely brilliant. But anyway, the hip fire on this gun is something you do not want to come up with. It's so atrocious. Basically you get to within 5 meters, the cone is over the bullet, the character that you're trying to shoot at. You cannot hit them. This is some proof of its range work. It's very effective at these ranges. That's why I put the ACOG on it at this point, because I wanted to see how it kicked at range, and I wanted to be able to see it. You can see how tight the groupings are. They're relatively tight for a machine gun, and plus you've got 100 rounds in the magazine to give you a nice bit of a kick if you need it. But yeah, the attachments I was using, potato grip, reduced the recoil on automatic fire, especially when I was just normally using the iron sights, which means that you can keep it on target and it's very controllable to track. Compensator meant that when I got out to those ranges the rounds didn't quite balloon out as much as they normally would, so it just kept it all nice and tight and controlled. The ACOG again just for distance work. I don't know quite what else to say on this gun really. It's just a very, very good gun. It's very powerful, it's great for close quarters work like you can see here. It's good for racking up kills like there. That was 13 rounds and it mowed down 2 guys. You would struggle to do that with an assault rifle, mainly because it's got a low rate of fire and it's quite good with that, but the low rate of fire does lay it down in some situations. And here it comes, there we go, mastery dog tag popping up. But yeah, in this game mode here I was actually using the flashlight. But anyway, thanks for listening guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, a rating, a subscribe, and until next time,